am I the person that I need to be for the brand that I'm building? Because otherwise I'm just going to build the brand. I'm going to mess it up. 2011, I had started my podcast. It was called Social Buzz on Air. I used it to connect with people that I didn't know and I wanted to connect with, and then would later connect with at events that I would speak at, etc. And then I started it and stopped it a couple of times. So it wasn't consistent until 2016, where I went through a life-changing personal development course that absolutely changed the trajectory of my life forever. And I kept asking myself, am I the person that I need to be for the brand that I'm building? Because otherwise I'm just going to build the brand. I'm going to mess it up. So I need to get right with who I am as an individual and get anything unresolved, tuned in, resolved, and worked through, so I can show up to the best of my ability as my highest self for the world. So I came out of that knowing that I no longer wanted to do a couple things. Number one, I had no interest in doing social media work any longer. I don't care about your Facebook page or your Twitter account. Hire somebody in-house to do it. Social should be done in-house, or hire an agency that really, really gets it. I've got to find my place in this world while still sustaining my personal brand as an author, speaker, coach, and person of authority within the digital space. So I had a friend challenge me to create a podcast solution that would help people start a podcast, because she had an internet radio show and I didn't even know what that was, and neither did she. And I said, it's not that difficult. You can start a podcast. She goes, I don't know how to do that, but you do. Why don't you create a solution that can help people do that? Wow. So the lights just immediately went off. I went back upstairs to my rented desk at this co-working space here in Miami, and I wrote at the top of the page, podcastlaunchlab.com. turnkey podcast launch solution to take people from idea to iTunes in 90 days or less with their first 7 episodes. My ideal client is somebody just like me. It's an author, speaker, coach, person of authority, knows their natural next step is to start a podcast, just like their natural next step would be to write a book or start a speaking career or launch a YouTube channel. So it really all officially began again, if you will, with podcasting and launching the show in 2016. I rebranded the show again in 2018 for the third and final time to the Beyond the Story podcast. But I tell that story frequently and with a lot of candor, because there are no rules when it comes to podcasting. You can change things whenever you want as you create the rules. Now, it's not smart to be inconsistent, but we're talking over the course of a decade and change the name 3 times kind of makes sense. So in 2019, I went all in with podcasting as a business. So both a podcaster and a podcast business. And I really haven't looked back. So we service marketers and entrepreneurs through our 90-day launch program that takes them from idea to iTunes in 90 days or less.